10 News continuing our celebration of the cities and communities that make up the San Diego area. And this week we are focusing on life in Oceanside, our region's third largest city, centrally located between Los Angeles and San Diego with 3.5 miles of coastline. The city has many interesting stories to tell.
Originally, it was on our train depot, was called Oceanside, 2 words.
John Daly knows Oceanside.
They had 11 saloons at one time in the 1880s, so apparently they like saloons. This was a bank building.
A third-generation resident, he established the city's historical society.
Andrew Jackson Myers was the founder of our community. Up here, this is a South Pacific Hotel in this picture.
Now home to some 30,000 images, and John has an anecdote for most everyone.
In the very beginning, in the valley, there was a number of English families that came to San Luis Valley.
Consider the city's practical name, Oceanside. John says you can thank farmers bound to fertile land to the east who would occasionally take a break.
They would go to the ocean side to go have some fun, and that really became Oceanside.
Rail lines came in 1881, prompting a homestead in 83 and incorporation in 1888. Oceanside was born with 1,100 residents, numbers destined to rise.
But as soon as they had cars come this way, we were kind of the easy stopping point between Los Angeles and San Diego or Mexico. So yeah, we became very prominent for that.
Oceanside Beaches and the Pier, which has gone through 6 renditions since the first structure in the 1880s, became go-to destinations via the new Highway 101. Business grew. Then came World War II and Camp Pendleton, and the city's now 5,000 residents would be outnumbered by a new migration.
As the story goes, they brought in about 7,000 people to build the base because there's going to be a large base, obviously. Oceanside had to come to grips with feeding, housing, and recreating those people, so people lived everywhere. They lived in sheds and garages.
But Daly says an even greater boom would follow in the 60s and 70s as the secret of the region was out, and Oceanside grew at a rate of 2,000 homes a year, while now catering to millions of travelers.
Even the restaurant I eventually owned one time, the 101 Cafe, was called the 101 Cafe Drive-In and Trailer Park because they allowed trailers in the back of their lot.
Those travelers still stop and some stay, but Daly believes the city is now built out at this point. He sees slow growth ahead, but still a bright future.
We live in a beautiful city, and when I had the restaurant, I dealt with a lot of tourists, and they always thought they dropped off in paradise when they came here.